Guys, I'm here with Heath. Heath, say hi.
Hey, how's it going?
We have this story that we tell on the podcast live show.
Okay.
Can you give me a little flavor of it? A little taste? He's never told this to everybody, but your hotel story.
Oh my God. Okay, so I was in Vegas. I was working a job, and
What were you working as?
it was for a company to do like YouTube, like kind of Instagram deal.
Oh,
type
okay.
thing. And a bunch of our friends, and we had like a party thrown for us at the end of the night, like a Vegas club. It's crazy, like bottle service. Everybody's getting trashed.
Sure.
So I started drinking, and then it got to the point where I was like, oh, damn, like I need to chill.
100%.
And I don't remember leaving, but I got back into the hotel. I remember walking into the door and be like, I gotta throw up so fucking bad. So I go into the bathroom, and like I just rip the shower curtain, and I'm just like puking all over in the tub. And I started doing like that little like push the puke down into the little
You push it down the
little
drain.
grates. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And so then I look down and I'm like covered in throw up. So I hopped into the tub and I'm like rinsing off my whole body, and I'm like laying back. I'm like, fuck, this is nice. And the next thing the next thing that happened was I woke up to like some big security guy literally underneath me pulling me out of this tub, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm butt ass naked, by the way. So I step out, and I stepped into like 6 inches of water in the hotel room. So
on the floor, outside of the
floor,
tub.
yeah. So I left the shower on the entire night, like while I was sleeping in the tub. I was so close to dying. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, you
it's
could've
scary.
drowned.
It's so scary to think about, because I would have had no idea if I slipped under. Like if I would have just just dropped, I would have been dead. But I stepped out and I was like, holy shit, I just flooded the entire room. And he's like, do you know what's going on? I was like, you know more than I do. So apparently I flooded that room, the one below that, and the one below that. So they started getting calls and was like, hey guys, my roof is leaking. So my dumb ass was the reason. I thought I was fucked.
How much did it cost?
I was expecting to pay like $20,000 in damage, but it ended up being like $350.
What?
Which is ridiculous, but at the time I still had no money.
So
So
it
to
was
me
20.
that was an equivalent to like fucking $20,000.
That's really good. That's like
It's 350. 350,000? No, $350. What?
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was probably my worst like.
Wasn't there one time you woke up on a stretcher?
Oh yeah, that's another one.
What was that?
I got drunk with some buddies in Fort Lauderdale, and they're like, let's get fucking IHOP, bro. I was like, yeah. So once again, I don't remember going to IHOP, but apparently we got to IHOP. Everybody went inside except for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were just like, yeah, you disappeared. But I woke up on a gurney, like a stretcher, being strapped down all across my chest, my legs, and I look up and like there's fucking firefighters and police officers surrounding me.
My fuck.
And they're like carrying me into an ambulance. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then my buddy saw me out of the corner of his eye in the restaurant getting pulled away. So he comes running out and he's like, no, he's with me. And he's undoing all the straps. And I'm like, he's going to save me. But yeah, they were like, you know this guy? I was like, yeah. And they let me go. And
How would they let you go? How was that?
They were like, he's my responsibility. Like, I'll take care of him for the night.
What did you do to get to the stretcher? Like, what were you doing?
I don't know.
IHOP
I
food
literally
poisoning,
have no
bro.
idea. I was probably outside puking my brains out or something. And like,
And your friends were just enjoying their meals?
they're just face deep in pancakes. And like, I'm outside dying.
But they didn't see you until you were already, like, that's kind of crazy. The ambulance pulled up. So someone called the ambulance. So it probably took it like 5 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
And then the lights were on. And
Getting my big fat ass up on a fucking stretcher
and
probably
they
took
got you onto the stretcher, which probably took another 3 minutes after they questioned you for 5. And then your friend decided, I should go help him out.
I wonder where Heath went.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've completely cleaned up your act, though.
Yeah, you are.
Like, it's bizarre.
But but if you were like clean Heath from the beginning, like I wouldn't have. Like you helped a lot with my videos just because
Thank
you
You were such a fucking
you were
mess.
such a fucking disaster. But no, you did clean up a lot.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was first at when I first met you and Zane were the first like Viners I met.
Yeah.
And I went to your house and you guys were just making so much money. I mean, you guys were making a lot of money for Viners.
For doing Vine videos, we felt pretty good.
Yeah, you guys were posting like ads for Badoo. And I remember calling my friends and going like, everyone. I called my mom and my 2 friends, and I was like, everyone is so rich here. Like sometimes I don't even have to pay for dinner because they just take it.
Holy shit!
And I was so impressed by you guys.
Funny how things turn around, huh?
What was your first impression of David? Like back, remember when you lived like on Wilshire and David came around?
I remember meeting you for the first time because I was talking to Zane on the DM.
Asked Heath.
It's my first impression, not yours.
No, I know. But let me just say this. I was talking to, because you guys had a collab channel. And it was Zane and Heath, and I was talking to Zane, and I always thought you were the scarier one. So
what?
I was nervous to meet you because Zane seemed like really nice. You seemed like the more like, oh, like I have drive a truck. Okay, so what did you think of me? So I was scared of your impression.
I remember meeting you and being like, "Oh, this kid's actually really cool. Like he's super nice." I remember
the first thing you said to me.
What?
You go, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And I don't know why, but that made me feel so comfortable.
Oh, awesome! Sweet.
Because you said it in such a nice way, and I expected you to be like,
dude. Everybody that meets me, even like people that watch like our videos, they're like, "You are so nice in person." Like
sure.
I'm not what people expect.
No, I thought you were gonna be a lot scarier, standoffish. But right when I walked in, you were smoking a cigarette on your balcony, and you
sounds about right.
And you put it out, and you came to shake my hand because I was inside your living room. Like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" I'm like, "Hi, I'm Dave." He's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And I was like, oh, wow, fuck yeah, he's cool.
I had the same exact impression of Heath when I met him. I thought the same thing as you thought.
You thought he was mean?
I didn't think he was mean, but I was just like, didn't know what to expect. And then he was so overly nice that you were like, yeah, because you look at his face and you're like, oh, this guy might be a dick because he's funny and he like has a lot of money and stuff. But yeah, you're like so welcoming.
So what'd you think? What'd you think of me?
I thought you were really nice. And then I remember we were like hanging out in the living room, and then you had like a friend coming into town. And you were like, I got to go pick them up. And I was like, oh, okay. And you're like, do you want to come with me? I was like, yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
And then we like hopped into your like old, the Corolla.
The Corolla.
And we went to go pick somebody up from the airport. And I was like, what am I doing right now? Like, I just met you.
Oh, you thought that was awkward?
Well, I just was like.
I thought we were fucking getting it on.
Dude, I thought we were best friends. No, it was just like really weird. Like I just met you and you're like, one of my friends is coming. So let's go. And then we just like.
Do you miss still being crazy?
No, I feel so much better.
You feel healthier?
Yeah, I feel so much better.
Would you ever let your kids like dabble in drugs?
I mean, I can never control what my kids do. I mean,
my neighbors, they were super Christian, and I asked them, I was like, would you let your kids like do drugs and like drink alcohol and stuff? And they said, when they turn 18, we're gonna put it all on the table for them. We're gonna be like, here you guys go. You can go ahead and try it. We don't recommend it, but we want to be here for your first time when you do it.
No, that's weird. I wouldn't do that.
That's what I said.
Okay, I'll try the heroin. I'll take the PCP. What else? What else should we try?
Definitely some blow. Get the blow.
You want the blow?
No, but I mean, yeah, I guess. But you wouldn't.
No, I mean, I feel like the whole part of like wanting to try it, I feel is like, so you're doing it with your friends, like. Nobody's gonna fucking sit there and like do heroin in front of their parents. Like that's stupid.
I know, but I also feel like if you're a parent, you have to be like really. You have to be like you can't discipline your kids for not. You can't discipline your kids when they drink. Like you can't be mad at them because then I feel like they're never gonna call you if they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like if they're drunk. So I feel like you have to be like if you're ever fucking hammered, don't be scared to call me, even though you're underage.
Yeah.
Fucking just call me, and I'll pull you out.
I called my mom one time to pick me up.
What, Jason? Why are you laughing?
It's so cute when you like play house like you're a dad.
Like,
I'm the guy to call.
I am a fucking dad. But what?
I called my mom once, but like growing up, I never wanted to drink. All my friends were drinking, and I was just like, I don't know. I thought it was stupid because like I saw like the way they acted, and then like one night I just ended up trying it, and I was like, I fucking love this.
And then that's how you're.
What I always think that you should just tell kids like we do the opposite, which is don't do drugs. But what you should say is, if you do drugs, you're gonna like them.
I don't know. If that's
so be careful.
Yeah.
Hey man, drugs are great, so be careful. Maybe I feel like there's like a better way of saying that. Yeah, I think drugs are addicting is kind of just the best way to say it.
Like the way my parents raised me, they weren't like, "Oh, you can't do all this stuff," but it was just like I knew how disappointed in me they would be, and I am really close with my parents, so I didn't want to let them down.
So I moved to California so they could fucking see me doing all those drugs.
Once I climbed the roof of a gazebo. and my parents told me to never do it again. And
Sure enough.
and literally the next day after my parents yelled at me, I was on top of the gazebo when they were walking to the park, and I just they laid eyes on me. I still remember the stroller because my mom was pushing my little brother, and she just looking at me as I'm standing at the top of the gazebo, like the fucking sun is right behind me, and I'm like, fuck, she sees me. And I came down, and she's like almost crying, and she's like, you have broken my trust.
Oh,
and that
that's
was
the worst.
And that was like the worst thing to hear.
Yeah.
She goes, and my dad goes, trust is the hardest thing to earn back. And
and you were probably like young, and you were like, oh shit.
And ever since that, I was like, fuck, I'm never doing anything so fucked up as the climbing this gazebo again. So
That's how I'm going to get you from now on. You get really torn up when you let people down.
yeah,
I'm going to use that tactic on you.
you're gonna be like, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, you get really torn up.
Yeah, I don't like letting people down. Nobody does.
Why don't you have Natalie buy a bunch of gazebos back here now, though?
So I just climb them all. Check this out, Mom. Everything that my mom wouldn't let me do, I own this gazebo. And there's a ladder that goes straight to the motherfucking top.